Okay, this is a turret sabotage demo review for BiSaXa. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce your name. Hopefully that's close enough. He sent in this demo for review, so I'm going to be going over it. Turret Sabotage is a super movement focused map, so a lot of what I'm going to be going over in this video is just like cutting corners and hop spacing. So if that's not something that you're super interested in, maybe go watch another demo review instead. I'll mention quickly the fast seam shot, pancake shot thing, and link a good resource for that. But let's get into this. First thing here, he does one extra hop here from what I would normally do on one of these runs. We'll watch Zype's run at the end here, but normally I would do a bigger circle jump out here, land like here-ish, chain that into another big circle jump here, and that puts you like right about here, so you can aim it a little bit while walking over here. It's really useful for if you're doing the fast start, where you go over here and hop up here. You're not doing fast start, so I understand this movement pattern. I think it's probably okay. Let's get back to it. After this, I think most of this is really clean. Sort of the way your hops work here, really clean. You're holding crouch for this entire conveyor belt, which is good. For those of you who missed the research Zach did into this, crouch toggle glitch does not work on moving conveyor belts, but the exact same effects of crouch toggle glitch seem to work when you just hold crouch on a moving conveyor belt. So holding crouch, fastest way to guarantee tick perfect hops. Good on ya. One thing I will say though, what Zype does here is he hops onto this blue beam, 2 hops over here, ends up landing like here-ish, and then can transition a hop like over this corner here. I think in theory the fastest way to do this is to 1 hop here and land like on this here, but either way, falling down here is not the way to do it. You have to cover a lot more distance and curve a lot more corners here. So I would recommend going up on that blue beam there. And then here, it just looks like there's a bit of a lack of confidence when it comes to shooting this shot here. Let's slow it down. So you have to do a flick here because you're not pre-aiming at the correct location. So you have to flick here, and then like you hit it, but then it's like almost like you're not sure if you hit it, so you shoot again, and then you're late to turn to your left here and catch yourself in the orange portal. So you lose some time because of that. It's probably just something, maybe like practice that shot a couple times before you do runs so you feel a little more confident on it. But other than that, you're doing it correctly. Just make sure you're confident that you're going to hit it and you catch yourself in the orange portal. Here, I like doing a pretty big circle jump into these railings here. Speed wall strafe the way down. I crouch toggle it. You seem to be doing that similarly. But what I try and do, what Zype does is he lands like, whoa, here-ish. And then he like waits on the floor until he has just under 300, and then he transitions that so he keeps most of his speed around the corner. Typically what I do is I like to land like farther than he does, and then I just hard strafe left and then carry most of my speed over. Either way, you don't want to have to walk when it comes to these corners. Any walking or slamming into the corner is never going to be good for your run. And it's something you do here. You commit to these hops here and end up slapping this railing at the end, where what I would do is this last hop you're about to do here, I would give it just a little bit extra time on the ground so that when I'm hopping towards the corner here, I have like 290-ish velocity so that the cap the game puts on how much you can control yourself in the air doesn't apply, and I can turn left without having to lose any speed. Any additional speed, I should say. Because hitting that right there brought you to 0 and then back to walking speed. So that's never going to be beneficial for you. Here you do a whole lot of stair hops. In theory, this would be the fastest way to do it, is to stair hop the entire staircase. But because this is Portal 2 and staircases don't like us, realistically, you're never going to get that speed. So I just speed wall strafe basically the entire way up here until I'm like here-ish, and then I transition into stair hops the rest of the way up. And typically what that does is it makes the chances of me getting a good hop pattern up here a lot better. So I can like, I come off the stairs like this, I one hop, and then I land like here-ish, and I can just transition. Because here you hop there, and then you hop again, and then you have to hit that corner. So it's one of the things that I would recommend maybe watching my demo for. I think Zype does a similar thing, but not the exact same thing. I'm unsure. Also, you commit pretty hard here. You get a lot of speed. Like the stair boost there was pretty good. I'm sure you wish you got that lucky with the ending. Unfortunate, it happens to the best of us. But you end up slamming into here, losing all your speed. You know, just the little things. You know, you gotta pay attention to them when you're trying to save time on a movement map. You do the hop around here. Zype does a very similar thing. I don't like it. I think you should basically always portal from back here to here. But you're also doing a slower lineup, so I think it's a little more I think it's less justified, actually. I think there's less reason for you to hop around here rather than portaling. Because you do the basically the full game lineup. You just do it quickly, and you check less, which for a full game lineup, that was pretty quick. I got to give you that. But there are better lineups. Very recently in resources, we posted a new video Shane made. I will link it in the description. Very, very useful. I spent 5 minutes with it or so, and I hit this shot so much faster than I've ever hit it before, and with much more consistency than I've ever hit it before. So I'll link that for you. Watch it. If you're running 1080p, can't be beat. It's great. Here, you stand still for quite a while here before circle jumping, and you kind of circle jump wide. Like one tech that I love to take advantage of is like circle jumping straight into a wall strafe, because you can pick up speed really quick from it. And the issue you run into here is you get too little speed in these hops, to where your options are either wait and space out another hop, and that's pretty slow, hit the door ceiling here, also slow, or just like walk it out, I guess. And you end up just hitting the door ceiling here. If you'd gotten some more speed there, you would have made it under. So it's one thing I would look into doing. With that extra speed, it would have made this part a little less awkward for you, because you have to walk this a bit. You also hop around the table, which in my experience makes it a lot more likely that you're going to hit your head on this door. It looks like you almost do, but you just barely make it under. So if that's super comfortable for you, go for it, but I always jump over the table. Hops here are mostly fine. You went a little wide there. I think you probably could have saved some time if you went a little more shallow. And then here, let's pause this. Go back. We're a little far back here. Yeah, so if I would cut this a little less wide, like instead of going out here, I'd go like here, and then I'd sort of stick this line around here, hop around this corner. Whereas you go really wide here. Probably doesn't lose a ton of time, but it's still important. I think it makes these hops a little more comfortable, because you can come at this wider. So if you come at this like out here and then curve in, it's a little easier to land where I think is a good place to land here, which is here-ish. And you'll see this in Zype's demo, because then you can more easily transition these hops. Because you have to walk this and then circle jump. And that's not something you want to have to do. So you actually do get a little bit of a boost there, which is nice, but yeah, so it's mostly just movement stuff, learning where to cut corners. We're going to watch Zype's demo real fast, because I downloaded it for this. Play demo, turret, sabotage, Zype. And Zype doesn't play this map the same exact way I do, because our playstyles are different, but a lot of the things that I mention are pretty accurate here. Like you see that he hops up here, he uses that to hop around that corner there. Full confidence that goes into here. Let's slow this down. Watch the way he takes his corner. Watch his speed. He lets himself get under 200. or under 300, and then he hits that corner and he transitions with a lot of his speed still there, so he can pick it back up pretty quickly. Into this corner here, he does a bit of a bigger circle jump than I would do. I would sort of kill my hop a little bit and then curve it, but it works mostly the same. We'll keep it slow, I guess, to watch how he does these stair hops. See, he sort of wall runs it and then transitions into the stair hops, which see where that ends him up. It ends him up right at the corner where he wants to be. So it's a lot. You get that hop pattern a lot more if you're conservative with the stair hops rather than doing them super early. He does in full confidence these hops here, so he's slower with those hops than he has to be so that he doesn't hit the railing there. Like I said, he runs around here to do this lineup. I don't really like the way he does this. What are you gonna do? And then he ends up getting more speed here. Watch the way he's able to take this corner because of that speed, and then he hops over that table there. He'll also take a much more shallow route here, like I was saying earlier, which lets him go wide here, hop around that corner, then he lands more under Wheatley and then transitions those hops. And he gets a 6 stair boost. But yeah, so just pay attention to movement stuff. Learn when to lose speed, when to keep speed, so on and so forth. And hopefully that'll help you in your quest to PBing better on this map. Thanks for watching. I'm out.